get those crazies out of the government. We need our Congress for everyone's benefit. The 1%, they just take what they like. We've got to show up and vote for our rights. So vote in November. Vote, a time to remember. Vote, don't be late. Vote, don't procrastinate. It's our country, our democracy. We can't afford mediocrity. If we do nothing, our hope floats away. Get up off of that thing when it's voting day, and vote in November.
Woo!
Vote,
Love that message.
time to remember. Vote,
It's the answer, baby.
don't
Scream it every day. It's our vote, baby. It's our vote, our voice. That's what matters. Anyway, it's Tuesday. I'm glad y'all are here. I'm sorry I had to restart there. We only connected to one part of our Blue Dot family, and so I shut it down quick so we could reconnect and get everybody in the room. But I'm glad you're here. Dwayne Twizzle on part 2. Can't go back to see who was in there first. Dwayne Twizzle was the first one to jump in, part 2. Richard Phillips, Sherry Puckett, thank you. Adina Michael, Charles Stokel all the way from Salem, Pennsylvania, thank you. The Remixtress is with us. Donald Ware, thank you. Michael Falbister, all the time, buddy. Michael Johnson, Adina Michael. Deborah Douglas, thank you for being here. Virginia Whitley, she put a reminder in there to check out Virginia Whitley's Rant Show on YouTube, so check her out. She uses her voice, and we're glad she does, baby. Karen Van White, back in the saddle again. That's right, baby. Jeff Curry's here, and look at the trees is also with us. Thank you very much. Carolyn and John Matjesco. Hey, I've been checking your Facebook out there, posting memories. Hey, John's a surf fisherman, huh? My kind of man. Stand right there on the beach, baby. Right there. Anyway, I'm glad to see you there. Let me see who else is in here. Jeanette Miller, Bernadette Pre, thank you for being here as always, baby. We appreciate your voice. Lorraine Barrett is with us. Let me see. Oh, look, there's Virginia Whitley reminding you to check out her show. And Martha Smart. I'm sorry, Martha Stewart. Dennis Utenreiner, thank you for being here. Let me jump on down here before I really screw everything up. Oh, look there, I got a message. Anyway, well, been warm today? I think the pretty safe assumption of that question is yeah, it was probably pretty hot no matter where you were today. And go figure that that our climate is going to be changing, and we're all going to be witness to it, and we're going to spend years going, gee, I wonder what happened, when most of us know what happened. Anyway, what's in the news today? Well, Steve Bannon's in the news. His trial started today, and of course he's jumping up and down screaming about how it's just a make-believe trial and all this. He's outside the courtroom, and That's right. You ain't been in jail for insider trading. Anyway, yeah, Steve Bannon's in there trying to plead his case that he's a dumbass. That's basically his defense. Is I didn't know when to show up. They didn't put a damn date down there, so I just assumed that it was never. And so we're going to see how far that's going to ride. And I don't think it's going to ride too far. I think, it's a cut and dried case everybody's talking about. And, well, we're going to see. We're going to see because, it would be the first hint that that the Justice Department's doing something. Shit, even if it's just Steve Bannon, let's throw somebody's ass in jail. We're all waiting for that. And it didn't help that Merrick Garland, we found out, put out a little memo about the Department of Justice adhering to the rules put in place when Bill Barr was Attorney General about candidates for president and other officers being investigated while they're campaigning, and we shall not do that because it looks bad if they're investigating a candidate, and we don't want to look bad. Well, I dug into a little bit of it, and it only pertains to new investigations. Well, look at there. You declared your candidacy, but we want to investigate you for this shit now that you did over here. We just found out about, but no, you got to wait now. He's a candidate. Now we're going to have to go in the office in there and just plead our case to the Attorney General about why we think this might move forward. But it has no effect on cases that are already progressing through the system. It's not like they're going to quit investigating Donnie's ass if he declares himself president, which everybody is kind of agreeing, he's going to do. He's going to do. He's going to use that as any life preserver he can possibly use to throw out there, declare, oh, look here, they're just investigating me because they don't want me to win. And no, we're investigating your ass because you was in there the last time and tried to stay by force, and we don't want your ass in there again. But there is so much going on. We have a committee hearing being televised on Thursday, which is going to delve into the 187 minutes, the 3 hours and 7 minutes that Donnie Boy stood around with his finger up his ass. But I think we're going to get an insight as to what. Again, I want to caveat it by saying we're going to find out things we already know. We already know what he was doing in the White House on January 6th after he left the ellipse. We knew he stood in the dining room watching TV, getting all giddy and shit. We know that. But now you're going to hear evidence. You're going to hear testimony of exactly that, to the degree that several of them put their resignations in the moment. Meaning they stood there and watched the President of the United States when Mike Pence, when they were calling for the hanging of Mike Pence. What was the reaction of Donnie? Is that the tipping point where they finally went, this is enough batshit crazy for me, I'm out of here? Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. But it's going to be laid out in front of us. Again, evidence that nobody can refute, that nobody is refuting. These are all Republicans. These are all inside people in the White House or within the administration that are speaking up. This is not a bunch. I got a comment on one of my TikTok videos. You're going to eat shit when they find out that all them rioters was sent by the Democrats. Really? Really? A year and a half into this shit, you're still pulling that shit in your ass? That's the mentality of some of what we're facing out there. That some of them still, the maggots still believe that they were all sent there by Democrats. Everything you've seen, these are not the droids you look. I don't know what they did. Trying to convince people that they didn't see what they saw. But that's the game, baby. It's what we can prove and what we can make. I swear I want to see something happen. I'm just like everybody else. I want to see some activity. We've seen the crimes. I want to see something happen. And Merrick Garland's little memo, and he wrote that a while back ago, just coming out, does not help the mood of the people when they're thinking about justice. It sounds like, well, Merrick Garland's backing down here. We're going to not investigate Trump if he declares himself a candidate. No, we're going to keep our shit up. We should get off his ass and do something. There's plenty enough evidence out there that several things should be. But things are picking up anyway. Down in Georgia, we found out, 11 people got notified that they're no longer that they are now the target of an investigation down there. the fake electors that were all willing to jump on there and sign their name illegitimately to try to squeeze Donnie in. Yeah, there's a price that's going to be paid, baby, and I want to start seeing it, baby. Anyway, I seen our buddy Mark in there earlier, but he was there and then disappeared. I was hoping he'd stop by and say howdy, see how everybody's doing. How are you doing, Bernadette?
I'm doing good, John. I just had some of that yogurt I made.
Did you?
God, that stuff is amazing.
You're killing me. Really?
Berries from the garden, strawberries and blueberries.
I'm telling you, people, I swear, if you were to visit Bernadette's house right now, she'd probably be right now she's on the air, but if you catch her outside, there's little bluebirds flying around with little ribbons in their mouth and shit.
We eat well.
You eat well. So the yogurt came out well. I was telling Mama
Oh, the yogurt came out amazing. Yes, I am thoroughly happy with that. It's just a really long process, but I am thoroughly happy with that.
Well, yeah. Good. I am glad.
Yeah.
There's Mark Perkins. How you doing, Bob? I seen you. You was there and then you was gone. Mark. Anyway, I was hoping he'd come in. Anyway, Jason, what a day! It's been hot. Son of a bitch, I had to go get hay today. Man.
It's 95 degrees up here in the Emerald Triangle. We're toasty and roasty.
It's in the news. It's in the news here in the United States, across Europe, and
London has reached 40 degrees Celsius for the first time ever. That is freaking hot.
That's translated. That's 104 degrees.
Yeah, so, that's a bit warm. And those people, they're so chill in the summertime, they don't have air conditioning.
No, they don't. In Europe, all across Europe, air conditioning is not a thing.
No.
So,
that's an American luxury for those of us that live, south of a certain parallel.
Down here, it's a necessity.
It happened up in Washington State last year when they had the heat wave up there in Washington and Oregon, and people are not used to that kind of heat so rapidly, and they don't have air conditioning up there either. And people died.
Yes.
People died in that kind of heat because they don't know how to deal with it. But thank Joe Manchin because like we can't fix climate change in our lifetime.
Oh, that prick! I want to slap that man. Are you shitting me?
Slap him twice. I need one too. Slap him twice.
Slap him twice. There, get him several times. You want to slap the shit out of him because this is the Build Back Better plan that Joe Biden's been working on since he got in there. We had to change it because Joe Manchin didn't like part of what was in it. So we go out, we change it up again and get it all pretty again. Take it back to him, and he says, "Nope. You pissant little piss. You."
So how do we fix that? We put a couple of more senators in the Senate, and then his ass is ineffective, and we don't have to worry about Joe Manchin anymore. Exactly.
You make it where it doesn't matter. We can pick up Wisconsin.
And his forever 21 girlfriend, Christian Cinema.
Yeah. Yeah. We have to. We have to make bold moves in the Senate. I'm glad to hear a little crack in the stupidity out there about talking about the November elections. Now they're saying that it's an even split between Republicans and Democrats, which way it's going to go, whereas before they were projecting Republicans, and now they're saying, well,
you know what? I don't listen to the news anymore. I don't listen to those paid millionaires telling us how it's going to go.
Yeah.
I don't listen to them.
You can have any kind of poll and get the result that you're looking for. And I swear that's what they're doing. They're giving a poll that they know they want to get the result of, so now they can make, and the economy is a big issue. It bothers me because the economy is going to fluctuate. What we're going to be paying for gas in another month, in 2 months, is going to be different than what we're paying now. And it's on a trendward going down. So we're screaming and hollering about something that is going to be affected before the election. And pushing the things that are going to matter the most over the long term to the back burner, baby.
Like climate change?
Climate change, guns. Pick one. Religion.
Guns? My uterus?
Your uterus, baby, is on the table, man. They're gonna discuss the shit out of your uterus. Yeah, that's coming up
No,
next.
they need to. These wicked men need to get the fuck up out of there. Okay, they ain't got no business up in there.
There's
They don't
certain
have
subjects
babies. They
they
don't
should
bleed.
properly shut their mouth.
They
I
should
agree
leave
with
it
that.
alone.
They're but it's I said today.
And maybe we should put more women in the Senate
Maybe so.
and in the House.
Maybe so. Maybe so. Maybe it's that time to have that kind of change. And they're running, baby. They're running.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we got to make some significant changes in the Senate if we want things to work. Let me catch up real quick and thank Karen Van Wyk, who just came in with a $5 donation and said the cost of everything going up is killing me. I just got an increase notice on my rent from $7.90 to $8.40, and my son got his hours cut from 46 hours to 28 hours. We're screwed. And that, Karen, don't be sending me $5, baby. It sounds like it. Thank you very much, baby, for that. I appreciate it. That's where we're at, and that's how come it is so important. Is because everything is going up, including rent. That's in the news that people are getting increases on their rent, and gas prices went up. They're backing off a little bit. Grocery prices went up. These things aren't going to turn around and come back down. Rent,
No,
they're not going to come back down. It's going to be what it is. And the sad thing is there are so many of us that live on that borderline month to month, baby. Whether you rent or in my case, trying to hang on to what I got, which is not easy. I can't afford to get one more month behind, because then they're waiting with a freaking hammer to smash my ass, and I know it.
yeah.
So
And God forbid, and there's so many, God forbid you have some sort of medical issue
anything
in this country, because the for-profit medical institutions in this country will kill you.
Yes, they will if you don't have the money to pay for your life. Just how much is your life worth anyway?
Yeah.
You know, it's a personal decision everybody should make. Do you think it's worth every dime you have? Well, of course it is. Then pay up. That's the message we get here.
And pay before you get services.
Before you get services and before you die. Because we want to make sure we get it all. That's where we are as a country. What we value, you know, is so not what we do. Earlier today, I made a little video and I said there's three things that the Republicans value. In the order, it's money, guns, and God. Those are the three things that the Republic. And the first one, money, that really only pertains to the wealthier class of Republicans. These are people who are well off. Don't have to worry about the rent or the utilities or how much gas is. They can give two shits. But that's not all of them. But the other ones are sucked in by the other two. The guns, baby, the guns, and their God. Because the Republican Party sells that shit. And as long as they can get that hook into them, they think they got them for life, baby. Because how are you going to go against guns and God? That's a hard sell.
John, we're still paying over $6 for gas in my hood.
I think we're down to like $3.79. I think
I would gladly pay that.
Yeah, it's high, but it's going to come down somewhat. We're hoping that this little trip to Saudi Arabia, trying to shake the tit of the sheiks to get a little more oil, that pisses me off anyway, right there. Because we're not increasing production in this country. Yeah, we're not. Exxon and Shell and Mobil, they're happy with where things are right now. Send the president over begging for oil because it's just going to, you know, they'll still have all the oil they will.
Yeah, why don't they pump the leases they already have?
Yeah, or start drilling on the leases they already have. They're screaming about they want to buy more leases from the government. Why don't you drill on the ones, 4,000 that you already have?
That you already have.
Yeah, no, you know, oil and gas is a finite resource. One day it will run out, regardless of what. So as long as you control that flow, baby.
Well, I hope the next generation is a hell of a lot smarter than we are, or because they have options. They have the option to buy an electric car. or an electric vehicle. You know, they have a hell of a lot more options than what we had when we were coming up.
True.
They don't have to buy into this
but with
gas
the market,
guzzling fossil fuel bullshit.
with the market it is right now, we are not going to see an impact on backing off oil and gas or gasoline powered cars until we start seeing a place in time when you start seeing electric vehicles in the used car lot on a regular basis. Until we switch over, we are always going to be on the tit of oil and gas, baby. It's what runs our life. It's what runs our business, our vacations, everything we do is determined on how much gas you can put in the tank. How much diesel can the truck put in their tank to get the goods delivered to the store? But then, in the midst of all that, you throw in capitalism, which drives the profit margin for a company.
There it is.
There you go, baby. They're not going to turn loose of that profit. They don't give a shit about your sad sob story about the rent and groceries and all that. Piss on it. You got it or no? You going to pay for the gas or no? You going to buy the groceries or no? That's all it is to them. They're not concerned with the hardship that is going to develop upon your family or on the society itself.
Lorraine Barrett in the YouTube chat says America still has cheap gas compared to Europe.
Yes.
But she's absolutely right. Yeah. We got nothing to complain about, people, except, health care, because Europe got way better health care than we do. But, they pay for it. They pay for it in their taxes.
They do indeed.
They pay for it.
They do. Socialist bastards. You know what they have over there, Bernadette? They have a thing called, I've heard of this too, holiday.
Yes.
They have holiday.
Imagine that.
Imagine that, where workers have a paid vacation.
Yes.
Guaranteed.
And they're encouraged to take their holidays.
Everybody. And healthcare, yeah. Ain't got to worry
Here
about that
we have to go and beg for a holiday and hope like hell we could get some time off.
We have no different than what we had in the 1960s when I was growing up. The kid got cancer. Yeah, get you a coffee can. Go down there and put it down there at the corner store there. Put a sign on there. Kid got cancer. Give me some money. What do we have now? Go fund me. It's the same thing. We have to ask for charity to save people's lives, to rescue them from life's ill fortunes. Are you shitting me? We haven't come that far. We've just changed the description. But we're still there with the coffee can, asking each other to help us. Help me because I can't pay for this. My kid's got cancer and my God, I can't afford to do anything. Much less the medical part of it, the
yes.
constant everything.
Because we're all indebted to mortgages, to health care, to insurances, to all of that. Yet, if you want to buy a gun, you're more than welcome to go and buy a gun and carry it around with you and blast
the big
people.
three for Republicans.
And not be responsible.
They're not going to stop. The gun issue, it's heartbreaking when I stop to think about it on the thought process in my head that it's a snowball to hell. You ain't going to stop this. It's self-perpetuating gun fanatic. Every time we have a shooting, every time we have a massacre, it stimulates more gun buys. We are in this constant cycle now of just pumping guns into our society. And where's the end result of that? And oh my God, and thank goodness he did, I'll caveat that we did have a good guy with a gun that did stop a shooting in a mall that could have been a whole lot worse had he not stepped up and did what he did. To say that was rare is an understatement. That is not John, how this goes. Huh?
We have damn near 400 good guys with guns that didn't stop shit in Uvalde.
One guy with a gun and 370 some odd law enforcement shows up and nothing happened. That is a whole, boy, I'm telling you, they're not letting go of this down here. in Uvalde and in Texas.
Nor
They're not letting
should
go of this
they.
shit. Nor should
Nor
they.
should they.
Nor should they.
It was
The
appalling
core,
what happened there.
they're calling for the resignation of every police officer in Uvalde, every school district police officer, as people in the school district, people on the city council. There were.
They need to call for resignation of Greg Abbott, who allowed
there
this
you go, baby.
to continue from day one
If you want
and
to
try to
see
cover this
change,
shit up.
then you start at the top, man. And in Texas, that's Greg Abbott. Come and take him. Get his ass out of here. I don't want his ass in me, in my state. This is bullshit. Him and Ted Cruz, John Cornhole, all of them in my state have been nothing but and what's Ted Cruz out there screaming about? Gay marriage. Here we go, Ted. Thank you very much for your
Another one that needs just to fucking be slapped, John.
Yes. There's a whole list of them. What? I ain't hit a button in button. You just got me thinking about my buttons. I got that.
Thank you.
Got me the throw them under the bus button. Yeah. Republicans start talking. I have my violin button for when the Republicans start talking about freedom and the right to own guns and all that shit. Yeah, I just haven't played with them for a while. Anyway, let's see who else is down here. I seen Jorge down there had his hand up. I'm sure you know Jorge. He's got words of wisdom he could bestow upon all of us, I'm sure. And now he's going to take his sweet-ass time getting up here. Are you shitting me? Get up here, Jorge. Anyway, so it's hot up there. It's hot as hell down here, and it ain't going to get no different.
It's warm. Yeah, 95 degrees today, man.
Yeah, they're projecting the next 10 days is going to be like that.
Two loads of laundry and hung them out on the line just so I can, get that free energy.
Martha Smart just made a comment about my Trump doll. And believe it or not, yesterday, or day before yesterday, I was looking for it. Because I had the urgent desire to beat the hell out of him. And I know it's right here somewhere. I got to find my shit. After we moved the studio, we still haven't gotten everything back together. Are you shitting me? This is a constant juggling if something went wrong. And let's
But it looks good in there.
the Toxic Avenger to the scene. How you doing, Bob?
Hey, John, it's Jeremy.
Hey, Jeremy, how you doing? Toxic Avenger. I like that. I like that. Okay, good deal.
Yeah, this is an inside joke. I'm a janitor at night, and Toxic Avenger is a janitor who was exposed to chemicals, and he fights as a mutant after. So it's a joke.
Outstanding. Well, go ahead.
Well, what I was going to say was, up here in Vermont, I'm on the same pier as North Korea is, and tomorrow it's going to be 87.
97?
No, 87. That's
87.
still pretty damn hot.
87. Yeah. Add another 20. That's where we're at up here. Karen Van Wyk just asked me, what does my shirt say? Well, obviously it says DBAA. Don't be an asshole. It's a philosophy of life, more or less. Sort of like Hakuna Matata, all that good stuff. If you have to live by a theory in life, just don't be an asshole.
I heard that.
Yeah, you can navigate life pretty good as long as you're just not an asshole. And so yeah, occasionally I get somebody ask me, "Hey, what does that mean?" Read the little print down there, buddy. Just don't be an asshole. Life in general. I got to dig out some of my Trump shirts because I have a feeling I'm going to need some pretty soon. He's teasing he's going to throw his hat in the ring. I don't know. I've already made up my mind, but.
We all know he's already made up his mind.
We all know.
We understand it takes a long time to make up 2 brain cells, but
For the biggest reason is money. He's hoping that it's going to put a damper on the investigations into his ass and the call for his butt to be in jail.
Yes, and he actually said that shit out loud.
Yes, that's true.
And you know what, John? He said it out loud, And their stupid asses will give him their money anyway.
Oh, they can't wait. Are you shitting me?
Jesus.
But let's remind ourselves of what percentage we're talking about.
I understand.
We're talking about a smaller percentage of our population, but they are fanatical about him. You know, I do. I get so amazed because, you know, we've been doing real good on TikTok, so I get a lot of messages on there, and I've been hitting a few buttons out there because there's a few right-wing trolls trying to jump my shit and my crap. And I respond to them. I'm not going to hide from their ass. I just tell them. So some guy said, well, you're going to laugh when Trump's back. And I responded, well, look at you, a little traitor, and you're proud of it. You know, it's like, fuck off. There's some people you're not going to get to. And those are the stupid ones, the ignorant ones, the ones that are in it for the hate, for the bigotry, for the misogyny, for all the crap that Donnie stands for. They're not the Republicans that consider themselves conservative, that are still trying to hold on to some kind of integrity at all. I'm hoping those people separate. Hey, on that note, did y'all hear who might be running?
Who?
Ooh, she let out a little hint.
Liz.
Who?
Who is who? What?
Liz Cheney.
No, not Liz Cheney. No, it's Nikki Haley. Nikki Haley, who put out a tweet. Now I'll just paraphrase it. Something that Joe Biden signed an agreement with somebody, and I can't remember exactly what it was. It was pretty important deal that Joe Biden signed. And she put out a tweet that says, "Don't worry, the next president is going to tear that agreement up as soon as she becomes president." As soon as she becomes president.
Damn, Haley.
Well, maybe she means what's her name up in there in Alaska? What's her name?
Oh, Miss Palin.
Oh, God, no.
Oh, God, please.
Maybe that's
who. In Alaska, please.
Maybe that's.
She's running for Senate.
Yes, she is. She's trying to claw her way back. I'm not as stupid as everybody says I am.
Yes, you are.
So, yeah, you are. Yeah. Yeah, Nikki Haley's a huge race. She's a Republican. She's a classic Republican. But she sees an end. Because Donnie's going to have troubles, baby. We all got to.
Yeah, well, she's going to be competing against that idiot from Florida who, you know.
Yes. Oh. It's gonna be a shit show.
Don't want anybody to say gay.
Yeah, Ron DeSantis down in Florida. And if Nikki Haley jumps in the fray, well, there you go. You got her. Who else we got that whack jobs might jump in? I don't know. I'm more worried about
maybe they'll just split that 23% of that vote all to hell, and none of them will get the fucking nomination.
Well, that's what
awesome.
I'm counting on two things. The biggest thing I'm counting on is that the Democrats get their ass out to vote. Plan number one, top of the list, highest of the polls, all that shit. Get your ass out and vote. Like there ain't never going to be another election, and that's not a bad bet to make if you don't get out and vote. This is an important time in our history that we need to be paying attention to. And we're watching it being determined by the price of gasoline this week. That's not somebody who's looking towards a future, who has any plan for where we're going to go. That's just, we're worried about next week. Fuck you, I don't want to worry about next week. I'm worried about next year and the year after that shit. You know, I know that any of us, and most of us are probably the age, we've seen the economy go up and down. Are you shitting me? Back in the 70s, there were lines for gasoline you wouldn't believe. Well, things cycle around. And again, my mind trickles back to, well, what happened back then? People spoke out, baby. That's what changed American history. It's when the people got into the fray. With civil rights, with women's rights, with the Vietnam War, with social issues that we were all concerned about.
Did you see all those women get arrested up there in the house today for
AOC.
protesting
Yeah.
the right to have a uterus?
Yeah. Good for them. Yeah, I saw it. I seen AOC. They're getting arrested by her. Got a picture of her. Of course they do. They use her as a poster child for liberals. I'm proud of shit of that lady. I am.
Barbara Lee from your state,
proud
she
of
got
her and
arrested
others in the progressive wing that are trying to fight for what we're supposed to believe in. You know, it's the long game, baby. It's the long game, and we have to start playing it. But to get there, we got to get past this midterm shit.
Getting in that good trouble.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they, I don't know. They keep talking about, going to be mighty close. Really? As screwed as we are with what's going on in our society, and we think it's going to be close. That's a pitiful statement to make. It does. It tells you that we're still a society that is going to make our long-range plans based on tomorrow's weather, or tomorrow's gas prices, more precisely. You know, we're setting our hair on fire today for something we can't affect, or that is going to change anyway. And we're pushing things that matter all the way to the back burner again. Every time there's a gun massacre, hell, all we have to do is just wait a month. It'll die down. Shit, well, something else will happen we'll be talking about. So we let the big issue of guns go by. Well, hell, there's a heat wave all over the place, all over Europe. Things are going to hell. Well, just wait a few days. I'm sure there'll be a mass shooting. We can talk about that, and we won't talk about the weather anymore. It's a cycle. Just need to get our shit together. Yeah. 40% of the U.S. population thinks only what they want matters, and what's happening right now matters. That's true. I believe that. It's what's happening today.
That's because we've become this really narrow-minded, social media-focused, me culture. And we can't think long-term. We don't think about our children and what we're doing to the planet now that's going to affect them for the rest of their lives.
It's on my
mind.
But
I tell you what, them young kids that are coming up and are able to vote, all those kids that had to go through school shooting drills and all the rest of that are coming of age to vote, they're thinking about it. They're thinking about it. And they're seeing all these old white men stop the progress of this country.
Seems to be a reoccurring theme. Huh? Jorge, tire biter, did you finally get your ass up here? Jorge, I could see you in the room, buddy. Don't be all bashful.
We all see you, Jorge.
We all see you, buddy. Jeremy, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, I was just checking the sound there. Making sure.
I was just trying to say earlier that AOC is giving us a demonstration of how you kick ass and take names. Because every time a sleazy Republican male comes against her, they stick out their hand and she hands them back a fucking bloody stump. Yeah. And they hate it.
Yeah, she does.
She brings venom and she knows what she's talking about.
She's not one to shy away from a fight. AOC.
No.
I like her.
And, if only we could all get that.
And who mentioned her a minute ago? Somebody else I like. Katie Porter. When Katie Porter gets up, she starts talking. I want to hear her. Because she comes to the table with her shit. There you go, Jorge. How the hell you doing?
Well, we've been better, but we've been a hell of a lot worse, you know.
Ain't that right? How's Nan? Everything that good
We're
there?
all on the.
Everybody's.
Oh, Nan's lovely and wonderful. She'll be here next week. She's taking me for my pre-op thing for my cataract surgery.
Oh, you're getting cataract surgery. You're going to see the light, bro.
I'm going to see again.
Yeah. Outstanding.
It's going to be all in August, and so by September I might be dangerous again, you know?
Brother, whether you can see or not, you're a dangerous man anyway. You're a fairly dangerous fellow anyway.
You know. I do have a reputation for.
Yes, you do. Yes,
stuff.
you do.
How about the House? The House passed a bill to protect same-sex and interracial marriage today.
They did indeed. Bipartisanship.
And it'll go over to the Senate and die.
Yep.
And they'll shit can it.
That's exactly where it's going. But I was glad to see it pass the House. And again, the only way that we're going to get a lot of this stuff done, codifying Roe v. Wade and indeed gay marriage and other issues.
Yes, and it's all
in the Senate, baby. It's all in the Senate. What we can get, if we can take the power in the Senate, then yeah, we make people like Joe Manchin irrelevant. Take a hike.
Yep.
Take your football there, Joe, and get the fuck out of here. That man is nothing but, he's a Republican in a blue jacket. That's what. He's got his hand so far up a coal mine that it's not funny. He has no interest in the environment.
It's sickening.
Yeah. He does not want to raise taxes on the wealthy. He's just, I don't know how he gets away. I swear it's some kind of deal in West Virginia that they got going. Like, well, we'll just let him call himself a Democrat. That way we can infiltrate and ruin the Democrats' game plan.
Right, that's the whole idea, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
And our governor, today, taking care of business, and important stuff,
important stuff
that he does. He declared Harker Heights a music-friendly community.
Oh, pray tell, this escaped my notifications here. What happened?
Don't you feel better?
I feel better already. Of course I do. Well, of course I do. Now, where is this place that we're talking about?
Harker Heights. I don't. You've never been to Harker Heights, huh?
No.
It's kind of like a slummy suburb of Killeen. Okay.
Really?
You go through there and there's like shopping centers and all the stores are closed, and a lot of cars up on blocks, and I'm sure a lot of methamphetamine and
a depressed area.
It's not a pretty sight,
And Abbott called it out for.
But Greg says it's music friendly. It's kind of like, yeah.
What's the point? What's the point of it?
I have no idea.
I
have no idea.
Turn up your stereo and lock your doors when you drive through town.
Yes, Killeen is right near Fort Hood, Bart. Right near Killeen.
Right, it is Fort Hood.
It is Fort Hood. Yeah, that's where Fort Hood.
But Harker Heights is like the bad part away from Fort Hood.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the area.
Anyway.
But evidently they like music, huh?
But you betcha.
So is this just a distraction on his part? Trying to get some good press out there for something, because
for votes
the man's a complete
in weird ways. Begging for votes in weird ways.
He's rambling around looking for votes because he's in trouble now.
Good.
Yeah. He is. They have him even, the state poll has it even with Beto, and that's not good for them. Wait a minute. What do you mean even?
Yeah. That doesn't ever happen.
No.
Not in Texas. That don't happen.
No. Not since Ann Richards. That's how long
That's right. Bless her heart.
Bless her heart, baby. I miss that woman. Smart woman.
But her daughter is still in charge of Planned Parenthood.
Yes, she is. Yeah, the apple didn't fall far from the tree there. She's a smart woman, too.
Go get them, girl.
Yeah. There's hope for Texas. Because of the ignorance and the stupidity that we have had to suffer through for years. Until some of our fellow Texans are finally coming to the realization saying, wait a minute, hold up the bus. You're fucking up here. You're making yourself look like an idiot. Really? The Lone Star, Operation Lone Star, really? Let's stop every vehicle on the border. Let's send all the National Guard down to the border and have them wandering around wondering what the hell they're doing, walking around out in the brush. There are so many damn stunts that this governor has tried to pull to wave the flag and scream, "Look how terrible things are." Again,
and it's costing us money.
Governor. He's the governor. I'm telling you, Republicans will try their best to stand by and do nothing. You think Donnie's doing nothing in the White House for those 3 hours? It's the same thing the Republicans do every day. While our nation suffers with a lot of issues that they could solve, they'd rather sit there and watch it burn down so they could point to it and go, "Look how terrible things are. You know, Democrats are in charge, and look at the price of gas and groceries. Your life sucks, baby. The world is burning up. We're all going to die unless you just vote for us Republicans." And that's how they get in, and then they keep fucking it up. Because that's what we're dealing with now. Have no mistake. What we're dealing with now is the bullshit we went through with 4 years of Trump. Even right down to the weather, baby.
Of course it is.
Yes.
Yep.
6 years ago is when Scott Pruitt started ditching every freaking regulation he could find, whilst he wasn't building his soundproof,
bulletproof room.
Yeah, he had a soundproof, bulletproof room.
Yeah.
With secret communication so nobody could hear what he's... Yeah. Spent a boatload of money just to have that so nobody could hear what he was talking about. Well, we know what he was talking about. Getting rid of every regulation, every federal regulation they could that would stand in the way of business in general, but specifically the oil and gas business. That gets in the way of making
I wonder
money.
what his income is today.
Oh, shit. Scott Pruitt?
You know, now that he did all that.
Oh,
yeah.
baby. Oh, man.
Now that he did all that, you reckon he's cashing in now?
I think he's doing pretty good. I don't think he has to worry about the price
Probably.
of gas. You know, his driver might notice it.
I bet he don't.
But he don't.
Yeah.
No, that's the sad thing about this is we watch millionaires and billionaires in Congress try to pass legislation to help the peons down here. I just, you know, they don't have any connection to the working class anymore. We're just that. Shut up.
No, they don't.
Work. No, there's no connection to it.
No, their connections are on a corporate level. That's where they get their money from. That's who they're going to serve.
Wealthy donors and corporations, yeah. Yeah.
This is not a representative government.
No.
Unless you're a corporation.
Unless you got money. Lots of it. Money is what gets the
well, Citizens United did that.
Now, ding, 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 ding. Hell yes, there you go. That's what that
it was always going on, but it became legal then.
And then when it became legal, then it blossomed. And
we could say the Supreme Court did
insane,
that.
Yes,
yeah, of course it did.
Let me
imagine the Supreme Court
doing stupid
the
shit.
The reason to vote a Democrat into the presidency. And we need to start thinking like the Republicans.
The only way we can stop them is make it law.
Long game, baby.
Absolutely.
We do. Let me send out a big thank you to Maria Bentoncourt, who came in with a $10 super chat donation. Maria, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Any donation we get, we so appreciate. And it is needed, by the way, so we really appreciate it. Anyway, let me get that out of there. Yeah, Citizens United, man.
You know, and the road thing.
Opened the floodgates to corporate money. You know, corporations are people too. No, they're not. They're made up of people that work for the corporation, but the corporation itself, the entity, no, that's just you're just making business decisions there. Your board of directors
no social conscience.
Yeah.
It's not there to have a social conscience. It's only there to make money. That's the only reason for a corporation.
Michael Johnson.
They don't care what it does to the people.
No. The people are not in this equation with the Republicans.
There is no social conscience in corporations.
No. Corporations are there to make money, baby. And that's where the Republicans are.
That's the only reason to exist.
Big business, baby. That's who they are. And that's their job in there, is to help streamline corporate. They're on the track. Sure. The Republicans, in my book, are on the fast track to hell towards fascism, or where decisions are based upon corporate profits, not about your silly ass needs. Are you shitting me? Negotiate drug prices? Well, are you shitting me? We screw America more than anybody. We can't. That's our cash cow. That's us, baby. We pay more for drugs than anybody else in the world. For the same drugs, mind you.
Why would we want to change it?
Why would they
We're
want to change
making
it?
money.
They're making money out the wazoo, baby. That's it.
Sure.
You ever seen that commercial where they
Simple.
rush the guy into
Simple.
the emergency room? What's the matter with him? He's got money out the wazoo. Oh, well, get him in here. Put him in the surgery. What's wrong with him? He's got money out the wazoo. Well, jump on his ass. Everybody get in here. Because they want a piece of that money.
Yeah. Code blue.
It's the we have to fix the society itself. What
We
does
got
it
a lot
say?
of things to
We
fix.
do.
The presidency of fuck Trump made us realize how broken our democracy actually. He broke a lot of shit. Okay, he just stomped through it like a 3-year-old having a fucking temper tantrum, and he broke a lot of shit. It's going to take years to fix the shit that Trump broke. Okay,
But we have to start now to see those results over 6 years.
and
It's
this
gonna
was
take time to
Bannon's
fix
plan.
this. You know?
It's going to take a lot of time. The things that we thought were fixed, I don't know, like voting rights, Roe versus Wade,
Everything.
they weren't fixed. They weren't fixed, and they're not
We
fixed.
thought
And these
we had
people are
crossed
trying
these
to
mountains.
break it even more.
We thought we
So if you want to
cleared these
continue to have a
hurdles.
country, vote.
The biggest thing you can do. Michael Johnson, I want to thank you. Came in with a $3 donation and said, "Is Ku Klux Klan going down? Fuck Trump." Yes, the Ku
Thank you.
Klux Klan. I have to believe if there's any justice, any law and order left in our country, that this will produce something. Because like I said, we are all witnesses to this shit. We can't
Well,
turn
let's
our
not
back.
forget,
We're the
Mayor
jury,
Garland-
baby.
Merrick Garland was a Republican. Let's not forget that. And so he followed right in Bill Barr's footprints.
Well, again, that
And it does
memo
make
that
you
they're
kinda
talking
wonder,
about.
Is he going to go after this guy?
I hope.
Because he's the most criminal thing we've ever had in
He's
the
the
White
most
House.
criminal president
in
we
any
have seen.
administration.
In the history of this country, the most illegal president, the worst president that this country has ever seen in the terms
The
of
most
turning his
litigious
back on.
president.
He's a sick individual, but they knew that when they got him. They knew that long before he came down the elevator, the escalator.
And they didn't care.
They didn't give a
And
shit.
they didn't care. They didn't care because he said he would put people on the Supreme Court that would overturn Roe versus Wade.
And guess what
and
he
he
did?
did that. He did that.
And they worship him for that. And
And
look,
they
and
didn't
look where our
care
country
about
is as a
anything
result
else
of
he
that.
did. Exactly.
You know, it's bad enough that the pure decision for a woman to have control over her body has been impacted, but this is bringing to light, and I know there are millions of stories like this, of women that are midterm pregnancy, that are problems, that have miscarriages and problem pregnancies that terminate themselves. But now, even when that happens, doctors are hesitant to do a D&C when that woman shows up in an emergency room.
I had a young lady tell me today, John, that she just recently had a miscarriage. And you know, I say the term miscarriage, but it's a spontaneous
It's
abortion.
a spontaneous abortion by natural
calling
process.
it what it is. But
Yes.
here's the thing. The Republicans are making laws in these red states that says
That
if you
criminalizes
have
that.
a spontaneous abortion / miscarriage, which that term really does make a woman feel less than shit. Okay? And I can understand, stop using that term. Okay?
Yeah.
It's a spontaneous abortion. She felt like shit. And I had to tell her it's not your fault. It's a lot of stress going on in her life right now. And
Yeah.
it was the stress that caused her to have a spontaneous abortion. It is not her fault. It didn't make her feel better.
No.
But to have the state come after you and investigate you as if you did something purposely wrong, that's wrong.
Mm-mm. Yes, it is. But that's what our society is now turning to, with states each individually having that determination of what constitutes a crime as far as abortion goes, and right up to the point of spontaneous miscarriages, and then trying to prosecute the woman for that, or the doctor that performed the procedure, or some other bullshit, or some asshole citizen who can sue because you cross state lines. That's something in itself. The states are toying with, well, you can't cross state lines to get an abortion. Well, wait a minute. Back up the fucking bus. Who is it up to you to say what state lines I can cross and why I cross them? Talk about, where's your freedom shit for that? You know, they're ready to throw everything out on this
the whole
issue.
Concept of the woman getting an abortion. Anybody who helps her gets an abortion can be sued. I mean, they're just so overboard with saving this fetus, even at the expense of the woman's life. As if you don't save the mother, you don't save the child. John, these people have lost their fucking minds.
They have.
That one really pisses me the fuck
But they're
off.
using that to their advantage, convincing other people to lose theirs too. It's almost as contagious running loose in the maggot world over there. Facts don't mean shit to them. They don't give
they've
a
got
shit.
COVID brain, and their brain cells melted when they got COVID.
I'm not going to give them the benefit of a doubt that they have a brain. I'm stuck here. I don't know what to say. I got a donation here from Cookie Fatty 666, who came in with a 5. I hate it when I show my ignorance. What is that?
It's liras, I think.
I'm going to say, let's go.
Pound. I'm going to say pound.
You're going to say okay, we're going to go. I came in with 5 pounds of gold shipped here in small quantity anyway. Cookie Fatty 666 came in with a 5-pound donation.
It's an overseas donation, that's for sure.
It says, surely solar panels would generate power economically in sunny parts of the United States. We have had them on our houses in the UK for a decade. A decade. Yes.
Yeah.
I got, nothing impresses me more here lately than Travis's friend Nick, who's a school teacher, who is spending the summer in his reconditioned small school bus that he could repurposed into a van life type thing. And the whole top of it is covered with solar panels. The air conditioning inside that little bus is specifically made to run off of an inverter. And he has a good set of batteries in there and a good inverter. He runs that air conditioner all day long, all night. Has all the nice little niceties in there, and he ain't hooked up to nothing. He's just freewheeling it out there off the grid. And, the best thing, Cookie Fatty 666, and by the way, I live on Highway 666, just letting you know. I am encouraged by what I see around me here in Nueces County in southern Texas here. I've watched it grow over the last 10 years exponentially. It started in a wind farm over by Portland, Texas, which is probably about 40 miles from me. Well, that wind farm now extends over here near my house. And all of that area is a wind farm. We're watching windmills go up every day. I'm sorry, not windmills. Wind generators. Sparky would kill me. Spark would jump my ass. And this isn't the only area down here in South Texas. Down by Kingsville, there is another large area down there. We are progressing on wind farm, wind power down here a lot. And so I'm glad to see that. Huh? Yeah, skirt of bird. Skirt of bird. Duck. Duck. Duck, duck, goose. I don't know. What about the birds? I think most of them move out the way. I don't know what the statistics on birds.
Hey, us here in California, we got to get to raking our forest because,
Yeah.
Fire.
Yeah, fire. Got to rake the forest. If you don't get out there and rake the forest, what the fuck? Your house going to burn down. Yep, yep. I am disheartened and also optimistic a little bit. The conversation is turning towards what our climate is doing, and it's not good. And I don't think we're that far from a virtual tipping point where it won't matter what we do. Things are going to get worse. I already seen the projections for the hurricane season for the Atlantic Basin. Baby, it ain't looking good. They're projecting a whole lot of big major hurricanes this year. You know, my tiny house is going to get blown away when that shit comes. And each year they're getting bigger and bigger. We can see the changes in sea levels. We can see the changes of climate, of weather patterns. I don't know, baby. We need to fix the problems of the day, but at the same time, we have to keep an eye on the future. What the fuck are we doing? You know? We're going to base everything what we have based on the price of gas today and throw the future away because we want it cheaper tomorrow. Well, it's going to get cheaper tomorrow. Remember, every time a president comes in, we lower the price of gas down to a nickel. Yeah.
Yep.
Doesn't work that way, baby. But we need to do better. We need to pay attention to the long-range issues of our day, at the same time addressing the things that matter today. So hence, our president has to go over Saudi Arabia and fist bump, slice and dice. That's the price that we're going to have to pay, our humility for that, to try to lower the price of gas. So,
you know what? It wouldn't have mattered who was in that office. Whoever was in the office was going to have to deal with Saudi Arabia. It was going to have to be the first one to deal with Saudi Arabia after, fuck Trump.
Yeah.
And the whole Khashoggi.
Oh, yeah, you know, eventually it was going to have to happen. So, yeah, it happened.
Yes, it was going to have to happen. It just happened to be Biden. It wouldn't have mattered who was in that office. He's going to take it on the chin. They have to go over there and deal with these people.
Yeah. We don't have a choice in this shit. You know, because if we do back off, then, yeah, Russia and China will just slide their ass right in there and make buddy-buddy. With the weapons that we've already gave them, boy, howdy shit, wouldn't they be in a nice position? I have said since day one when I started doing this that our relationship with Saudi Arabia is going to come back and bite us on the ass. They're not.
It always does.
They are not compatible with the American way of life or of justice or of decency or of fairness or anything. Nothing.
It was Saudi Arabia that took down those buildings on 9/11.
That's it.
Yeah,
the money,
we went into Afghanistan and the people. Iraq.
Yeah, because weapons of mass destruction. Yeah, that's it. That's
what
we'll tell them.
Good.
We're gonna
money.
It's on trains. Yeah, that's it. They're on trains, and we're gonna have to go in there and get them. Yeah, I said then. I say now. The Iraq War was a contractor's war. It was a war to make money. We went to war in Afghanistan after 9/11, and there was nothing there to do. So we had to do something. We got this big fucking army here that's ready to kick somebody's ass. So let's go to Iraq, and out of that came everything since. ISIS, the whole fucking 9 yards of that bullshit, all stemmed from that mistake that W made. And I don't forget that. Outside of Trump, W was the dumbest thing the Republicans ever did. Because he took the patriotism and the goodness of this country after 9/11 and used it to grease everybody's hands. His buddy, his buddy Dick Cheney, Halliburton made a shitload of money.
You know, when they shut down America and there were no flights going anywhere, the Saudis got out.
Yeah.
Saudis got out of America that day.
That's what I mean. And
nobody said anything when Bush invited them to his ranch.
To the ranch, yeah.
Yes.
You know.
And now Saudi Arabia owns a lot of Texas.
We got to get our shit together and moving everybody in the right direction. We have a midterm here in just a few months, man. You know, we can. We have so many freaking issues, that should drive our nation and drive the Democrats to the polls. And it's like you can't see the forest for the trees. I hope there's so many issues that they get blinded and disheartened. That's the fear that I have. the apathy of somebody going, fuck it, I ain't going to go vote. We need every one of them, every vote. Because like I say, man, it's, to me, it's the midterms, baby. If we don't take the midterms, if we don't retain power, it might be the last free and fair election you're ever going to see. Because we already know what the other side wants to do. We've seen it. And they're not backing off of that shit. They're still willing to disregard your vote and let the legislator pick. They know what's better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that case is
and
coming up.
guess what?
That case is coming
They
before
won't
the
pick
court.
you. They won't pick you.
No. They're going to do it for America. Well, America isn't what they think it is. America is an ideal that still lives on. The thought that we, the people, make a difference, that's being tested right now, so let's see. We have to. But then we can look at every election as a test of the will of the American people, whether to continue a democracy. I had the Trumper chime back in because, I don't know what the original comment was. He wrote back, I wrote back to him something about a democracy. And he reminded me that we don't have a democracy, we have a republic. Well, the minute you hear that come out of a Trumper's mouth, they're not talking about democracy in the way of you get a right to vote. They would even want to toss democracy down to the states' rights. Well, do we want to be a part of the republic today or no? It's ignorance at a deep level. No, they don't believe in democracy. They're sold on the idea of a republic, you know, a bringing together of different states. We don't live that way anymore. It's not the Wild West. It's not the frontier. This is all of us, baby. The United States of America. Texas can't secede from the Union any more than New York could. We're all tied in this shit together. We have to get back to the place where we all gave a shit about each other and not what team we're on. Or
it's going to be a while because Trump tried to make this the divided states of America.
He's still trying.
Yes, he is still
and he
trying.
has an army of politicians on the right that are trying to do that. Look at Pennsylvania. Look at that Mazzato. What is his name?
Mastriano.
Mastriano. He's a nut job going against Shapiro.
He's a straight up white supremacist.
He's a dick. Talk about.
He's a straight up white supremacist.
Yes.
And he buys the white supremacist vote. So, and he supports that shit. This is what this man is about.
That is what the Republican Party put forth.
Run for office and get that seat? No.
Mastriano.
No.
There you go. Yeah, that's who they picked. That's who they had in their primary. That's the man they got. Tells you who they are. It tells you where they want to go. They could give two shits about the freedoms and rights of Americans. We'll let you know what those are later on, after we decide what that is. That's what that is. That's what the Republican Party's all about now. So yeah, when they talk about a Supreme Court out of control, with a 6-3 court, they could do anything they want. And
all I can say is, Blue Dot, please make sure your registration, your voter registration is in order. Make sure your papers are in order when you go to the polls, okay? Because you're going to be asked.
And you're going to be asked.
And if anything happens, make sure that you at least ask for a provisional ballot.
If you are challenged at all, yes, document it and ask for a provisional ballot. Don't give up your right to vote. They might not count your vote for a while, but don't let that. Yeah, because they are this coming election. They're expecting more problems within the voting lines, with challenges and shit, with the new rules that they've tried to pass all over the place.
They're putting their people in positions like poll watchers and all the rest of that, and they're going to be out there. They're going to try to stop every Democratic vote that they possibly can.
That's the only way they can win.
And we cannot allow them to do that. So make sure your registration is in order now. Now is the time to do it. If you wait too long, It'll be too late.
I don't give a shit. Like I said,
And
if you have to
please
go in
don't take it
hopping
for
on
granted.
1 foot, you get it done. If the voting law says, look here, you got to come on the left foot hopping every 3 feet. Well, then do that. I don't give a shit. Bitch about it, but do it. Whatever it takes to get to that voting booth is what we have to do. And encourage everybody you know to do exactly the same thing. You know, set their hair on fire. Do whatever you got to do to motivate their ass. Because we need them. We need everybody.
Hey, look at you running the credits on your own accord.
Ain't that some shit? Huh?
Yeah,
Getting
yeah,
better
look
at
at you.
that crap. I'm pronouncing
Bone
Karen
Dry?
Van Wyck's name right, just consistently
Yep.
here. You know, I'm trying to
And
make
Bone Dry says, be your own bee and vote.
be your own. Marcia's out there looking today. I told her
Yeah,
last
right
night, we
on.
gotta be the bee, man. Gotta be the bee. Let me thank Diana Mallory, bequeather the gone, came in with $5, said, John, how about a show during the January 6th hearing coming up prime time? Ask Travis to check on the copyrights first on C-SPAN. Yeah, asking Travis to thank you, Diana Mallory. Yeah, asking Travis to do anything like that's like pulling a pin on a grenade.
Yeah, Travis say having no parts of it.
He don't want nothing to do with anything live that we're going to get thrown off the air. I understand you can do C-SPAN. I would love to do that. We did it that
Maybe
one
we
time.
can't have a watch party, but we can have a talk party. We can all be in Discord and watching
true.
it on our own sets and
Everybody's
talking about
going to
it.
be watching the same thing. Might be delayed a minute or
Yeah,
two.
exactly.
We might give it away for the person that's delayed 2 minutes. What are y'all talking about? He said what? It would be fun.
Right.
It would be fun. Yeah, maybe. Well, Thursday night we'll be live anyway. So, yeah, let's toy. We'll toy with that idea. We'll toy with that idea. On a personal note, Teresa Diggum, I need to call you. I'm going to text you. I guess I could text you. Maybe a time, or I'll text you before I call you. I'm trying to get hooked up with Teresa Diggum.
Right on.
Well, yeah, got to talk. And there was another announcement I was going to make. Oh, I'm all giddy. I got a package tomorrow. I'm getting a package.
Uh-oh. There you go.
Yeah. I don't know what's in the package. You just,
Well,
you're going to get one. I'm getting one tomorrow from John and Caroline Majesco out in North Carolina. She let me know.
Right
She sent me
on.
a picture of the thing. It's in the mail. Look at her. It's coming. What is it? Well, wait until you see. Well, it's like, waiting on Christmas. Shit. You know it's getting here.
Yep.
You just got to wait for the man out the damn driveway. Where the fuck's the FedEx guy? Anyway, I'll have fun in the morning. Anyway, I guess that's about it. We'll wrap up for the evening. I want to thank everybody for coming by. Thank you to everybody on YouTube, on Facebook, for being a part of this family, for being a part of the conversation that you see going on every day, and being a part of this involvement in our democracy. It means everything. Carolyn, John, thank you very much. I'll call you tomorrow, because when I get the package, I'm going to go, oh, wow. And look at her. She's saying surprise. So, yeah, I'll ring your phone tomorrow right when the mail comes. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming by and visiting us tonight. What happened to everybody? Shit, where'd
I'm still here.
Yeah, what's his name? Jeremy was here. He's gone. I turn around.
Jeremy was here.
Jeremy was here.
Jorge's
Jorge's still here, but he's muted because he don't want to talk to our ass. Do you, Jorge? See, I told you, no, he don't. See?
31.
Yeah. Look at that
I'm still
shit.
here with you, John.
I knew I can trust you, baby. I always put my faith in you. Anyway, Bernadette, again, thank you always, baby. I appreciate you. I don't know if I could do the freaking show without your ass right here. That's all there is.
Oh, you'd make it through.
I don't think I'd like it though. Anyway, you're my value, my calming voice. Believe it or not, people, she's my calming voice. Are you shitting me, John? Have you heard her? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Anyway,
We do this together.
we do.
You're just trying to get out the boat. That's all.
That's it. Pull out the pom-poms and put on my little cheerleader skirt, and I'm ready to go. Get that thought out of your head. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for being here. Thank our Patreon members that donate every month. We appreciate you tremendously, and those who donated tonight. We appreciate you so much. And, well, let me see. All we got to do is get by hump day, get through Wednesday, and then we'll be here
and then
for
it's
Thursday.
on and popping.
And then we'll have so much to talk about. But yeah, maybe we'll try to be doing something. Maybe might have to.
All right.
Let me see. They start at 8. I guess that's Eastern, so it would be 7 o'clock here.
Yep.
Yeah, as long as I could have it playing with the subtitles on it, so I could see what they're. Anyway, we'll figure that shit out. You'll know at the same time we do if we're going to be here. Anyway, take care of yourself. Do everything necessary. That Omicron shit's still coming around out there, so take care of yourself.
Yes, it is.
Use your hand sanitizer, your mask when you're out there, and all that kind of shit. And as I always say, baby, put a smile on your face. Try to make somebody smile tomorrow. It makes yourself feel better. It'll lighten your heart. Anyway, we'll be back here Thursday for another Blue Dot family meeting. Much to talk about, so tell Dominic that's right. And
that's right.
That's right. Anyway, thank you, Bernadette, for being here. We'll see y'all later. Say good night.
You're welcome.
Say good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. We'll see y'all later.